I've got emails abusing me, saying picture nahi bana sakta to nikalna hai yahan se.
I have a group chat that is my college and school friends. They started fighting about Gehraiyan with each other. Like, you know, it was like, I loved it, I hated it, oh, how did you like about it, oh, what didn't you like about it? It was hilarious.
We haven't had much angry debate over films in the past 2 years. But with this film, I read the reviews later and I was like, oh, okay, with each review I'm thinking, did they see the same film?
We were telling the story of young people in and out of relationships with the respect those stories deserve, as opposed to looking down on them.
You know, that line about goat cheese and burrata cheese just drove me mad. I love films that are polarizing because it sort of makes you feel that the filmmaker is doing something.
As the audience, one of the best things about watching a movie is to be able to talk about it. If you love it, you end up evangelizing it. Everybody you know has to go and see it. If you hate it, since you can't get back the time or money you've spent, you want to stop other people from wasting theirs. Now, once in a while, movies come along that get both these reactions. Some people love it, some people hate it. Gehraiya, that Deepika Padukone starrer or thriller, has got this kind of polarizing reaction from people who've seen it. So what does it feel like when film critics who have these polarized views come face to face with the filmmakers? We're going to find out because I'm here bang in the middle of the Gehraiya debate. Karan, Shakun, film critics, what's happening? This is the first time ever, isn't it, Karan? Have you ever done this before in your long career?
No. Never have I had the guts or the gumption, definitely not the glory to do it. It's always been something that I have been afraid of. So many years later, when we're here part of the Gehraiya debate, I think Shakun Batra is a brave man. Because there are people on this panel, and I have to say this out loud to those, there are people who haven't liked the film and they're here. And to them I want to say that please speak your heart out, because we're not here to defend the film. We're here to discuss it.
What are you expecting?
When somewhere inside, we were talking, Karan and I, before the movie came out, and we knew there gonna be opinions, right? They're gonna be polarized opinion. I never knew the conversation will get here so big, and there'll be chatter all across social media. I don't think there's one truth to this film, and that's why I don't think I can now choose to correct interpretations of this film.
Also, Shakun, actually, once the film is done and it's out there, it's no longer yours, isn't it? It's ours. The people who've seen it. I mean, we do with it, and like you said, interpretations, interpret it the way we want to. Shall we gently starting with Anna, because unlike Karan's film,
Auntie Anna.
No. So unlike Karan's film, you actually loved his film, right?
Well, first of all, I think that just like when you make a film, once you release it to the world, it's the audience has a relationship with the film, and you can't tell the audience what they ought to think of the film. But with this film, I read the reviews later and I was like, oh, okay, with each review I'm thinking, did they see the same film?
Okay.
Actually, I'm so glad that you say that, because I feel sometimes if you watch the movie without trailer or anything, you judge it for what it is. In this one, I started getting messages from people before the movie as if they knew the movie. Like, they were like, I can't wait for the heartbreak. And in my head, I was like, what? Now I can't, how do I explain to you?
Charita, I really enjoyed watching your review because you had great fun with it, and you also loved his film. Is there something that really worked for you? Because generationally, you know, you're what, 30? Three?
Yeah, you know, yes, that is one of the reasons why the film really connected with me, because the character that Deepika plays, I've been that person. You know, I'm obviously not as tall and hot, but I've been that person in and out of small term and long term relationships, unaware and unsure of who you are as a person, because she's 30 in the film, right? And that's the age where you really find who you are as an individual, what your value systems are and what you stand for and what you don't stand for anymore. And I found that I was in that place in my life around the same age, 29, 30. And now I am at that age where I am old enough to have a little bit more perspective towards life. I can look back, I can have a little bit of nostalgia because I have that little bit of life experience now. And I think that's why Gehraiya also worked for me, because it felt like we were telling the story of young people in and out of relationships with the respect those stories deserve, as opposed to looking down on them.
Okay,
That
let
was-
me get Amit in here because I saw
Are you
your
keeping
review.
all the hard ones for later? Because I'm really getting nervous. Can we mix it up a bit?
Do
No,
not
no,
have
okay,
these
fine.
anxiety issues. Enjoy it. Enjoy the good things as they come.
Yeah.
Karan, we'll unpause you in a bit. Okay.
I was just worried about whether I
No,
would
no,
not
don't
get any
sul- Are you
platform to
pouting?
speak.
Are
No,
you
I'm
pouting?
sulking.
Oh, sulking. Okay. Okay. So, Amit, you said something very interesting in your review. You used words like bold, twisted, film for new age millennial, and then you ended by saying that the screen, it's important for the screenplay and the story to be liked by the audience, okay, and that there is something about the while experimentation is good, don't forget the rules of cinema. And when movies did golden jubilees and stuff, there were certain things that they did which made them that successful. So the new age millennial did not work for you. This zeitgeist didn't work for you.
So
reflected
I
in the
compared
film.
the film with a film called Rajnigandha, where I really loved. It was about this confused woman. She was confused between two men. And that was 1980s, 70s, yeah. And now this is millennials. This is also about the confused people. We all are confused in life. I think that's what the generation I wanted to compare. But this is cinema, it's visual medium, and the rules of cinema remains the same, whether it's 1950s or millennials. The rule of cinema is to entertain and the story to be connected. So the whole review was not about, I was just analyzing the film. I was doing a SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis. Did you
Yeah.
like the film?
I liked it myself.
Let me react to your tone. You said, I liked it. Do you think that there are large sections of the audience you reach out to? Do you think they didn't like it?
Yeah, that's what I think. My reason of doing the review was that whoever I was speaking, either it's like heads and or tails, like that. It was extremely liked by someone. So Charita just loved it. So I such kind of reactions, I go, oh, I connected. Somebody said, no, it was not, it was bad. So I mean, there was no mixed kind of thing. Okay, yeah. But it was like, yeah, and down. So that's what that's why I decided to do a SWOT analysis of the film. Like, what was that it was leading to? So what were the four factors? What were the strength? What were the weaknesses? Why was this extreme reactions coming from?
Let me get Anupama in here. Anupama, you have a lot of time for Shakun Batra as a filmmaker. I think you talked about Kapoor and Sons and what it meant for cinema and what it was like a film. But where this one was concerned, where Gehraiya was concerned, you said, and I quote, death by minimalism compounded by posh people angst. Why didn't it work for you?
For me, so I'm one of the few in the middle. I have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Right? I saw a lot in it to admire. I think Deepika's performance was fantastic.
Yeah.
She was really, really good. I loved the sort of what I call observational verite style that Shakun is such a master of. That's his sort of signature. For me, the problem was that the emotions were dialed down so much that I didn't care enough about them. And that for me is a stumbling block. That if and it's not in any way, I'm not judgmental, it's just I couldn't care enough about the four of them. And for me, that was the failing. And then I was trying to analyze why didn't I care enough, and maybe.
Are you feeling bad that you feel that way?
No, not at all.
I want to hear your analysis. Why do you feel you didn't
So
feel
I was
it?
wondering if it is because even though the film does not sort of project it as the aspirational lifestyle, the truth is these are privileged people who and that line about goat cheese and burrata cheese
I know you said that.
just drove me mad.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And I'm exactly that person who would talk about goat cheese
But,
and burrata cheese, but it drove me mad.
I think the burrata cheese, I mean, as I said, I think it's great to see how people interpret different things.
Exactly.
For me,
Yeah.
she was just entitled and she did not know what to do with all this time because she's moved countries and she's now putting her energy in these things to find, and that's why she's going to pottery because she's trying to hold on to something that gives her some routine, some meaning.
Yeah.
But I completely hear that because that line can be I'm nobody
Also,
to say.
can I unpause and just ask
Of
a
course.
question? Yeah. I just want to understand one thing, and this is really comes from my heart. When I say that, when you say they're of privilege, I really want to know that is the is the analysis that people of privilege
Should
can't
not,
go
yeah.
through
Not
emotional
at all.
upheavals?
Not at all. So, Karan, and I've loved
Yeah.
so many of your movies.
No. I just
who
want to know
are
because,
extremely
see, because
privileged.
I know that Shakun's got it a
No.
lot. Zoya's got
Of
it.
course,
you know, when
of
and
course.
Dil Dhadakne Do, or
Yeah.
she even prior to that Zindagi, where they said, you know, I remember reading reviews that spoke about, and those are films that I deeply connected with, like
Absolutely.
emotionally.
Absolutely.
I remember weeping in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara at one or two parts of the film, and then I read reviews that said, it's, you know, first of all, problems, rich people's problems. And I'm wondering, and I say this academically, I ask this academically, that I wonder if that becomes a stumbling block.
No, for me it was the emotions that
Right.
didn't connect.
That didn't
and when
connect.
the emotions don't connect, then you start to notice all this
Fair
and say,
Did you
but ye
find,
kya hai?
did
Ye
you
kyun
find
se-"
that it got cold for you?
It was
Yeah.
too cold. of
Okay.
it.
Got it.
And you know, for me, like, there's a scene in Kapoor and Sons when Rajat Kapoor's character and Ratna Pathak Shah are in bed, and you know, that scene where she just says, is the line, Shakun, that can we not start again?
Can we be happy again?
Can we be happy again?
Yeah.
I mean, that just sort of, it just took my heart out, you know?
right.
And I think I just like sort of dialed up
hear you.
emotions a little.
These people are a bit colder than the characters
Yeah.
in Kapoor and Sons. I think also they are in the grey, and so the observation would be wrong if I dial the warmth up on it. That was my gaze on the world, and you're right that the film is connecting differently with different people. So I, as you know, you were saying, I at this point can only learn, absorb, and hopefully with time have the objectivity of being able to be like, now I see that.
Okay, so the reviewer and the public is always right?
You know, again, just the way a reviewer, you cannot judge a reviewer and say the reviewer is always right. Similarly, a public, you can't, there's no right and wrong when it comes to any art form. It's perspective.
Yeah,
I-
it's
I love-
subjective, it's perspective, but would you redo or do things differently because
I would
of
know
this
that
feedback?
I've made mistakes in each film of mine as a filmmaker. I'm sure Shakun would go back in time and change things about Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu, Gehraiyan or Kapoor and Sons.
Yeah.
I know I made blatant errors in movies that when I can look back, but it takes you time. But I don't think I've done it because a critic has written a line. It's absorbing all the accumulated information over the years. You know? But can I have that perspective immediately at the release? No, maybe not.
Let me get Monica in here. I found it interesting what you said. You said that while it's relatable and it's progressive and that Bollywood's narrative of infidelity has matured, it didn't leave you spellbound, you felt sort of incomplete, there was no wow moment. What did you mean by that?
So, my first reference while watching Gehraiyan was Kabhi Alvida. I was like, this is, you know, I could relate, like Charita said, we could relate being the 30s age, you know, group, that okay, why are they falling out of love? Why are they cheating on their partners? Whereas in Kabhi Alvida, it was like Farah also said on your show that why could not she love her husband? Like Abhishek Bachchan was the perfect husband to fall in love with. In this one, I felt, okay, they had their reasons, he was piling on, she fell out of love, saw a rich man, got along. But you know, there were certain moments like, for instance, Zayn's death. I mean, Ananya had no emotions after he died. There was no attempt to figure out why that happened. I still felt, okay, abhi kuch hoga, abhi investigation hoga, abhi something will happen. So that kind of really, I mean, it was a smooth takeoff. I loved the first half. But the moment the second half began, I was like, ye crash landing has started, you know, what is happening?
So you found the shift of genre disturbing.
So, but then in the end, it again picked up a little with that old lady coming in and kind of, you know, leaving us with a very open ending thing that what could have happened after that. Because every scene had a reason to it. Like, why did they show that old couple on the yacht and Zayn introducing Deepika as the fiance?
Yeah. It's interesting because Anupama, you said that you liked the second half except that you had plausibility issues with it,
For
right?
me, but it's the same thing. I didn't buy that he could do that. Even though Shakun, you plant, you know, you seed it, but I still didn't buy that as a character he would go to that extreme.
Yeah.
Then you're out of the movie.
Especially because he really seemed to have fallen for her, fallen.
You know, I feel, as I said, I think we are also used to watching romance and love in movie with a certain gaze, and when it doesn't meet that mark, it doesn't feel like love. Whereas I do feel that the characters in this movie don't fall in the filmy way for each other.
Yeah.
That love is not the filmy love of I will die for you.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of transactional nature in this relationship,
Totally.
which is obviously not said out loud.
But I think that was that came across very clearly.
Yes.
You know,
So-
especially from Deepika's perspective, some of the dialogue she had to say.
So yeah, you're right. I think that they're filling a void in each other, and that's why they feel that this is the better love than they have. But I don't know if this love is what romance is made of.
So is there a generational thing where it is like I love you, but if it comes to the last, lifeline, it's for me. If with the last two people in the boat and there's one lifeline, I'll take it.
I think it depends on,
Is
who these people are, and that's exactly what I'm saying. So I do feel that people, depending on obviously where they are in their life and where they are mentally, can take darker steps. I do agree. Can more foreshadowing or little more preparation for that help? Yes, but I also felt like that would give away too much. I want to hold little mystery because he's a guy who you can't predict. You don't know if even in that moment he will do it or not. So I don't think, as I said, I made this film hoping that if two people watch it together, when that end happened, they both should have a different feeling. You know, so I wanted that subjective reaction, and now when I'm getting a subjective reaction, I can't be the one fighting it, right? So I get it. I just never thought it'll go from 0 to 10 and both at that level. That surprised me honestly, and as I said, maybe that will take me time to process.
I did prep you for it.
But I love.
You expected it?
He did say that. Listen, this can be polarized. I mean, obviously, he's had a he's somebody who's seen films released over decades now, and I think he has a little more sense of how the audience can react. I was prepared for it, but as I said, the intensity of it, I don't know
prepared
if
for
that's
that.
social media or if people were waiting for something to be like, now let me teach you a lesson. Because I've got emails abusing me, saying picture nahi bana sakta to nikalna hai yahan se. I've got an email from like a psychiatrist really appreciating it from Australia, who's found my email to just send me this. Maybe that's what we are doing.
Now here's Shubhra.
Now here, Shubhra,
Shubhra.
who says
Should I just
didn't dig deep enough. You didn't dig deep enough. Too designed and choppy. Shubhra,
All of that.
tell us more. Amplify.
That's
that.
it, she's done.
Two things. One is when I was coming out of the plane today, and I was coming out toward the exit, there was this little girl who had been in the aisle across from me, who had been listening to songs all through the flight. And what I saw in that 1 second, she was dancing to a song from your film, from Gehraiya, and her mother was shooting the video. So it's literally a 12-year-old girl whose your title song was playing, and in the I have not got as many people who collared me in the last 5 days and said, have you seen that film? Did you like it? You didn't like it. What didn't you like about it? In the last many years, I haven't got this kind of, catching me by the collar and saying, okay, tell me about this film. So clearly there has been, it's gone to an extent that, Karan, you said you might have expected and you said you didn't. I don't know. But I think I love films that are polarizing because it sort of makes you feel that the filmmaker is doing something. And it's not like nothing, but for me, a film needs to set up a dialogue with me and not let me go. But this one didn't from the get-go. I didn't feel like I was in a conversation with it because even the setup wasn't something that I cleave towards. So I was wondering, okay, is it going to get somewhere where I can feel these people more, or will they have a little more outline to them? Will they have some more depth to them? Right. Who is that author person who's sitting over there and saying things will get better when I do this book? Who is that person? I want to know more. So you fill in you fill the people up, you fill the characters up, and they sort of start to bleed from the edges, then I get a sense of who they are as people, and I start to connect with them. In this film, it didn't do this for me.
So I read Anna's review and Shubhra's review back to back. And it was crazy because they were diametrically different in syntax, in thought, in approach, in observation, in analysis. And I was like, this is like being a Gemini. It's like who everyone accuses me of being. Like, you get 2 for the price of 1. It's like you have a split. I felt I was reading a split personality between both the reviews. Reviews have been so polarized, they are almost borderline confusing. Like, if you read like just Anna and Shubhra's review, they're enough to like fry your brains, because you're like, how is it possible?
No,
that
honestly,
two people
I started.
who are evolved women who understand cinema, have been watching cinema for decades,
And
have
are friends.
and are friends.
Wow.
And I know one thing about Shubhra and Anna in common, that both of them have told me time and again that they never watch promotions, they never see trailer.
Which I
think-
find fascinating, because even in publications, there are people who are reviewing it differently. A Film Companion had the same thing. Quint had diametrically opposite. One person said, "Oh, this music is Instagram reel music, and it's only for algorithms, and this will disappear." And then the same publication had one more saying, "The music is it for me." I don't know if I can. Honestly, that's why I just said I was like, I'll just embrace it.
Before you go to the next critic, I just have to quickly say that I have a group chat that is my college and school friends. We're about 45, 50 of us on that group. So
Oh gosh,
at
yeah,
one
like,
point of
okay.
time, I wanted to message and say, guys, I'm on this group. Because they started fighting about Gheraiya with each other. Like, it was like, I loved it, I hated it, oh, how did you like about it, oh, what didn't you like about it? And it was like, there was these men and women fighting with each other. And I was like, at one point, I'm like, have they forgotten that Apurva and me are we're school friends, he's the CEO of Dharma. I am Dharma. And I'm on that group and I'm like reading all these completely polarized views. It was hilarious.
I think the promotions of the film was a bit strange because when I saw the film, it was about distance between people. Like Deepika living in with Karan for 6 years, she still doesn't feel connected with him enough. You have Zain who's engaged to Tia, they've been together for long, but they don't still feel connected. So distance for me was the film, and when I saw the promotions, it was about infidelity, it was about intimacy, an intimacy coach, and we had to get comfortable, and I got questions like Anna did, is there too much sex in the film? Can we see it with the family? And I was like, the film is not about that. The film is not at all about that.
Yep.
And it worked for me, and not just because I'm a millennial or whatever. I don't believe in, because you're a certain age, you connect with a certain film. I do not believe in that concept at all. I think what worked for me was the distance and how you showed hostility between people, especially parents and children. I think no Hindi film gets into that zone. It's either black or white, and for me that was the essence of Gheraiya.
Maya,
Yeah.
you're on news channels very often. Have you learned nothing there?
What?
You're supposed to just jump in and speak.
No,
when
I'm
you
not
want.
supposed to. I don't even get it. I don't get
You're the news channel.
I'm genuinely here to watch this happen, and I keep hearing Shakun say, agree, which is such bullshit. Filmmakers are what? You sit and watch this happen. I honestly don't understand why filmmakers read film reviews. It's over, right? I mean, film reviewers write it for an audience, and it's a conversation they are making. And it's amazing that so many conversations came out of this movie, and you should be proud of that film to begin with. The fact that everyone watched it till the end, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not like a movie that's been trashed.
That's how you ended your review.
Huh?
You said that, did I drop out? I didn't drop out. I watched the whole thing.
No, and I can see why a lot of people had issues. In fact, I want to know from you guys, is it a gender thing? Because there was a switch in genre.
Yeah.
And when you switch the genre, then if you go a little noirish, then you have to see from the guy's perspective.
Yeah,
A
you're
guy
right.
who has no past.
You're right.
But if you're in the romance genre, then it's all about those two women, because you could have called it Khanna and Daughters, right?
Yeah, you're right. So
between
funny.
these-
That was a
a
joke.
thought.
Right.
That was the joke.
Well,
at a
well,
long
it's been
time.
cracked already, damn it.
No, the thing is, I couldn't find a title, and for the longest time, like, should we just call it Khanna and Daughters? That was the joke.
Right, and that would be the
Side
different film.
Yeah.
Clearly, with the fact that you called it Gheraiya,
and you know that whole Insta reels going on. I think there was a thing about expecting a meditation on love of this sort, and which is, and you know, I got it
God,
towards,
it was the title.
yeah,
Shakun.
and the last 30 odd minutes when this genre switches, right, is when it made the first 30 minutes made sense to me. Because you can't, the fact the progression is too quick. They're really cousins, and the next thing you know, like, they're getting it on, man. But if it was a romance, you wouldn't have done that. Because there's a lot of, you're switching genres, there's a lot to cover. So I just felt, but the fact that I could sit through to the end is really all that matters, really. And
That was the best line that you said. You wrote the last line. I was like, this is hilarious, because he wrote all about it and he said, did I drop out? No, I didn't.
So, any last words? You want to speak a little bit more?
No, I said enough. I'm just really happy we did this. I really actually enjoyed it. And I hope that there can be many such films where actually people, filmmakers and critics can get together in a room and chat about it. That means the film has impacted has impacted a certain part of pop culture in a large way for that to incite this kind of conversation.
This has been good. Honestly, as I said, the thing is, there was so much noise that I couldn't even hear any opinions anymore. And I think when you have a conversation like this, and of course I've read the reviews, but I think when you hear people talk about it, you start to get a little more insight. As I said, I'm thankful that for whatever reason the film is being spoken about, because it's doing something.
But like, I feel like what I can never been able to tolerate is indifference. I'm like, love it, hate it, just don't be indifferent to it.
I think it's about that they felt something.
Yeah.
You know, I think that it did something enough for them to take notice and say something about it. And I think when you play with the familiar, with the safe zone, that conversation doesn't happen. You very easily say, I like it, I didn't like it, and you move on. I don't think I have the persona of rebellion filmmaker, but I don't enjoy the status quo. I think all the experimentation happens in the independent circuit. But why can't I experiment within the mainstream, with the mainstream actors? I do feel I'm privileged, and I have Karan who can support me and still allow me to do the genre bending, which may work, may not work, and I'm thankful for that, and I hope that I can play with it and hopefully not upset more people, but I still want to play with it, you know? Yeah. So that's what I hope for.
I think the only thing to celebrate about this film is that it has generated such passionate debate in the middle of a pandemic. We're still, you know, not out of it. So that's the positive.
Fincher said this. He said the only true test of a film is time.
Yeah.
And I think we can say, I think as I said, I can enjoy this conversation, but if in a year, 2 years, somebody meets me and says, oh, I had enjoyed that film, it made me feel this. Yeah. And that's happened with Kapoor and Sons. I meet people and they'll be like, oh, you made that film, I have to tell you that it connected with me. So
On that note, make films,
Not sure.
watch films, and let us all enjoy and not be bored. Thank you, everybody.
thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone.